Greetings from Sarajevo in Bosnia, where I've been in lockdown for 8 weeks, something like that. Last week we've been allowed to go free into the streets, but still wearing face masks. Mine, by the way, is one of those round ones that you can just straight down there. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Okay, so I'm here for Herbal's cat, and I've got my a²+b². The brewery opened up in 1868 when the place was still part of the Ottoman Empire, and switched over to Austria-Hungary and the Kingdom of Yugoslavia. And then it was part of the Ustashi-run fascist puppet state, which sort of like left lots and lots of nasty things went down in that. Oh yes, I'm having pears and walnuts, hazelnuts, and cheese. Anyway, one of the unsung villains of that period was Yasser Arafat's uncle, who managed to visit Mussolini, get introduced, met Hitler, and got given a nice job as a Waffen-SS Gruppenführer. He was put in charge of 2 SS units. Oh, he raised 2 SS units in the Balkans, the Hanjaha, or Skimata, which was Bosnian, and the Sin²B, which was the Albanian one. Nice fella. He was wanted after the war as a war criminal, of course, but somehow or other he managed to slip over to France and then Egypt. And the rest is like, he's put in charge of the Gaza Strip for a while under Nasser, but got expelled, and he died in Damascus. His nephew, of course, took over in the post. Lovely people. That's enough of politics. This one here, I like my nealcoholic pivo, because you get all the flavour without any of the toxins, the headaches, etc. Oh, so yes, I've been sort of stuck at home watching YouTube, which is really good. I've been watching, getting my news in 4, 5, English, French, Spanish, Romanian, and Bosnian. Yeah, that's 5 languages. But there's more interesting stuff to do than keep up on the news. I found a nice number 5 video on Hippocrates of Chios, who was like, yes, 5th century BC. Wrote the first known textbook on trigonometry, mathematics, etc. Anyway, he had this little thing where you could get a right-angled triangle and split it up, say, 10 parts, and run a line up the division between 1 and 9 up to the top of the triangle, to here, and that line there, the height, would be the square root of that, well, that part of the base. So what you do is you get the two halves, you multiply them together and you get a number, and that number is the square of the length of the height. We have a list down here of how it works, and amazingly enough, like I say, 1 and 1, well, 1 and 1 is 1, 1 times 1 is 1, but 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 times 2 is 1, and 1. 1 times 2 is 2, and 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, which is the square of hypotenuse, which is, of course, 1 plus 1. And it works the same with all of these. You can do the whole thing. And then when you get to the end, you can work out the area. And you've got two choices there. You can multiply those two sides, the opposite, the two opposite sides, the two other sides of the triangle from the hypotenuse. Multiply them together and divide the result by 2. Or you can height by hypotenuse divide by 2. Get the same answer both ways. Okay, so this is what I just said as algebra. Now I notice that you get the square of the value. So when you're working out the area, you need to the square of the height by the square of the hypotenuse. Take the product, get the square root of that, divide by 2, and that's your area. The same with the other two sides. Isn't that amazing? Even more amazing is that you can start with those two base numbers. Start with those two base numbers, whatever the lengths are between the height and the corners. Multiply them by the hypotenuse, and that will give you the sides. You're not too sure. And you can work out the height by the sides, because the height is a distinguishing. Multiply the shorter one by the height, you get the longer one. Divide the longer one by the height, you get the shorter one. All squares, of course. Then you have to know how to work out square roots, which isn't that hard. You know it's going to be a number between, I'll say 40 is square root is going to be a number between 6 and 7, isn't it? Probably closer to 6. What's that? 46, 6 is at 36, minus 4 over. Okay, so 36 plus 40, 76 divided by twice 6, 12. That's close. That's close. You don't have to, you don't have to have a string of decimal digits. You just have a reasonable approximate fraction to work with. It's usually going to be a little bit bigger than the actual exact. Okay. So I'm just waiting for the borders to reopen so I can go back to Romania. Here, pear. Local produce. Not too sure if that's cheese or pear there. It's pear. Santé. Right colour, right flavour. It's a little bit bitter. It's got hops. Hops do grow wild. I've seen them in yes, up on the Serbian-Romanian border and down this side of Mostar anyway. It's all probably barley as well, I'm not too sure. Anyway, we have all this food here. Some hazelnuts, walnuts, vishniak, orach, aluna, oh, French, noisette. Yeah. Pick up all these things as you travel. Cheese, syr, brunza, pera, kruška, poire, and it's amateur actually. So, queso, cheese, formaggio, syr, brunza. Yeah, so what I liked about those triangles is the fact that well, they all fit together, they all interlocked, everything is in due proportion set. So the aesthetics is always there, you know, like her form in due proportion set affects my frame with fiery yet refined effects. My eye inclined detects her graceful motion, etc. I used to be a poet once, but there's no money in it. Pears, like apples. Apples give rise to cider, pears give rise to perry. I've heard it marketed as pear cider just for the benefit of all the people who's too stupid to look up perry on the internet to find out what it means, I guess. But if I told them it meant something, they'd probably something else than what it actually means. I'm sure there'd be like dozens of people who are just sheep and they follow whatever they're blindly told because they don't know how to look at stuff for themselves on the internet, I guess. They just come to the first thing they find and read that and that's, oh yeah. not to worry. Presently, if I were to move to another country in my travels, I'd probably have to stay put at a hotel for 2 weeks before I was allowed out. So at the moment, well, the borders don't reopen until probably the second week of June, so we'll just carry on. Things will change by and by. Anyway, so that's long enough for me. So yes, I'm sure you can edit out all the bits you don't want. I'll stop now. I did see some nice cats today. They were taking in the sun while I was having coffee. Bye for now, keep healthy.